Schenectady native. We're really lucky to have a partner in the top ranks of government who knows our community and understands upstate New York. Let's give him another round of applause. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you for being a part of this day, for being a special day for me and my family. My thanks to Reverend Amari Antonio Santos. Let's give him a round of applause. Beautiful words, really touching. Really appreciate your presence here today and all you do in our community. And to my good friend, the one and only Mr. Philip Fields, let's give him a round of applause. He's a great friend, he's a partner, and a leader here in our community. He also does a lot of work up at the State Assembly, I have to say. He's up there late nights with me, and he does a lot for our community and for our state. I also want to recognize my incredible staff for all their hard work today to put this together, and every day for their commitment that helps me serve the people I represent. Nicole, Mia, and Brendan is here. Let's give them a round of applause. And to all elected officials, local leaders, family, friends, supporters, it's a privilege to be here with all of you today. A very special thank you to my family. My wife, as usual, she's taking care of my family when it's time to do that. My beautiful wife, Jennifer, has been there for me since the beginning, long before we were even married. When I finished school, when I became an engineer, when I first ran for public office, when I served as a member of the Schenectady County Legislature, it has been a roller coaster ride, but I can tell you that she's been there for me and my family. So I know she's out there. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Jen. And I'm so very blessed to have my wonderful son, Michael, my best friend. He's here today with me, and that's very special for me. Some say he's disabled, born with autism. Some say there's things he'll never be able to do. I say, don't ever let people tell you what you can't do. You show them what you can do. And I'm so proud of him, all he's overcome, all he has accomplished. And the truth is, he teaches me new things every day. He's my angel, my inspiration, and I know there's nothing we can't do together. So thank you, Michael. I'm not sure if he can hear us, but let's give him a round of applause. And as was mentioned earlier, my daughter had to head back to Geneseo. She's part of the swim team there. I'm so very proud of her. She's very, very talented in so many ways, and she couldn't be here today. I can't believe she's a sophomore already. I started this journey. She was a little girl marching in parades with me, and now she's in college. And this is the first time, actually, that we all couldn't be together on this day, and I miss her dearly. She was named after my mom and my great-grandmother back in the old country. She's become an amazing young woman, and she's made us all very, very proud. So we love her. I don't know if she's watching on Facebook Live, but we love you, Mariana. Thank you. And I know my parents are watching on Facebook Live because Nicole sent over the link a little while ago. So my parents are snowbirds now. They're in Florida. So you gotta love this technology. So if they're watching, hello, Mom and Dad. I think the Facebook stream is okay over there. Hello. Let's give them a round of applause. My family's always been there for me ever since, for as long as I can remember, always supporting me. They are my strength, and I truly could not be here without them. In fact, as you heard, I chose this location because my family's story started right here around the corner in Mount Pleasant. We lived on the corner of 7th and Pleasant Street and went to school at Hamilton Elementary. And as many of you know, as many of you heard, I'm the son of Italian immigrants. My parents came here with the dream of a better life. I was the first one to be born here in my family. And I remember growing up, we struggled. We didn't have much. My dad worked 2 jobs. My mom worked very hard. We all lived in one house, my parents, my grandparents, my brother. There were some tough times, but my parents were new here. They didn't speak the language. I didn't speak English until I was in 1st grade. But the truth is, they taught me some very important lessons in life, lessons that I take with me to this day. They taught me what they knew, why they came here, the American dream. If you work hard, if you follow your dreams, anything is possible, even having this incredible opportunity to serve all of you in the New York State Assembly. So I want to share my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to all of you for placing your trust in me to continue serving you in the State Assembly, the People's House, they call it. There's a reason they call it the People's House. is because all of you are a part of it. And over the years, we have taken on some of the toughest challenges. We focused on making our home a better place for all of us. But there's still more to do. Although we've been through some difficult times this past year, I'm thankful to see that our community always comes together to find new ways to lift ourselves up. And as your voice in the State Assembly, I work hard every single day to earn your trust. My focus has always been on putting you first, delivering real results to help make our community safer, stronger, and more affordable. And I believe together we have moved towards those goals. I've worked to pass common sense legislation, suspending the gas tax, passing my emergency home heating bill, a small business grant program that supports our community's job creators and the families who are the heart and soul of New York State. And 2023, I can tell you, for me, will be no different. At every level of government, we need to renew efforts this year to help working families out there who are still struggling from the effects of inflation and focus on finding ways to help them keep more of their hard-earned money. We also need to help people get back into the workforce, to rebuild our economy and prioritize the well-being of our community. As staffing shortages continue across the nation, these unfilled jobs contribute to inflation and gridlock in our supply chains. That's why I've introduced common sense measures that will cut burdensome fees, eliminate financial barriers for people interested in taking good paying jobs in vital areas, such as nursing, school bus drivers, snowplow and truck drivers, and the services that we rely on every single day. Then we need to tackle the issue of rising crime. We in the legislature need to support and fund our police, continue to look at what's working, what's not working, and make common sense fixes in our approach to fighting crime. During my time in the Assembly, I'm proud to have built strong partnerships with all the first responders in the district. I've delivered important funding that supports our police and first responders. I introduced a new bill that will help keep experienced officers and fire personnel on the workforce. This year, we also passed legislation that grants a new property tax exemption for our volunteer firefighters and EMTs. Our rural areas rely so heavily on our volunteers. We have to do all we can to support them and encourage more people to serve in the volunteer services. And we created the first New York State Ambulance Task Force to support our emergency services in this area. And when it comes to our veterans, we all have a responsibility to support our veterans, not as Republicans or Democrats, but as Americans. That's why I helped pass new legislation that created the New York State Department of Veterans, a new department that's dedicated to serving those who served our country. We've expanded access to veterans treatment courts here in Schenectady County, where veterans can access better support and services. Secured funding for the Dwyer peer-to-peer program that helps veterans struggling with PSD and other mental health challenges. And during my time in office, we've also given New Yorkers with disabilities a stronger voice at our state capitol. This year, we expanded the role of New York's Autism Advisory Board, implemented an autism detection, mapping, and education program, increased funding to support our home care workers, improved access to telehealth services that was so vitally important during COVID. We launched a new college experience program for people with disabilities right here at SUNY Schenectady. I think Dr. Mono is here, and Dr. Mono was a partner on that. First of its kind program, and I'm so very pleased to see it come here to Schenectady. Let's give him a round of applause. In 2023, you can be sure that I'll continue advocating for people with disabilities, which many of you know has been a focus of my public service. There are thousands of New Yorkers with disabilities out there, our families, friends, neighbors, and they sometimes are unable to advocate for themselves. I know because my son is one of them. And they still need a voice at our state capitol, and we cannot let them down in 2023. So friends, as we begin a new term together, I remain energized and ready to keep working for you. With the new year, we can and we will do more. I believe this job is not just about legislation and funding. It's about showing up. It's about fighting for people. It's about serving my community, standing up for the values I was raised with. in making our home a better place for all of us. These are the reasons I entered public service, and I remain dedicated to these important principles. Serving and representing you in the New York State Assembly is the blessing of a lifetime and an opportunity that I am so grateful for. And I thank you all for being part of it. God bless and Happy New Year.